Yeah, man.
That's hot shit right there, man.
So what we gonna do? We gonna dub.
News networks are not even getting clicks like that. So this shows like there's an opportunity for this, what we're doing here on this show. Remember, we want you to be an activist, and don't take our word for it. Look that shit up. Pulley.
Looks like we got us another hit.
Yep. EUX. I'm dyslexic. The King Chuck ENTDEUX. That's the backup page. Please check us out there. Help us out a lot. You know, like, share, and subscribe. Yo, and hope I don't get in trouble for playing that last video. I probably shouldn't have played that shit. I'm always testing the damn waters, bro. That shit gonna get me.
You are now tuned.
This is copyright.gov, U.S. Copyright Office. More information on fair use. Fair use is a legal doctrine that promotes freedom of expression by permitting the unlicensed use of copyright-protected works in certain circumstances. Section 107 of the Copyright Act provides the statutory framework for determining whether something is a fair use and identifies certain types of uses such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research as examples of activities that may qualify as fair use. Section 107 calls for consideration of the following 4 factors in evaluating a question of fair use: purpose and character of the use, including whether the use of the commercial nature or is for nonprofit educational purposes, nature of the copyrighted work, amount and substantiality of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole, effect of the use upon the potential market for or value of the copyrighted work. Okay, so anything I use for you guys, hit me up if you want me to remove it, edit it, or whatever. Nothing is used to infringe on anybody's intellectual property. I don't intend on doing that, and I don't intend on profiting from anyone's intellectual property. So I'm glad to edit or delete anything that's any of my videos that I've used of anybody. So that's it.
Yo, KC, you the shit this year.
Yeah, I'm the shit this year.
Well, I'm riding around town bumping shit that can
Bingo,
feel.
you the shit this year.
Yeah, I'm the shit this year.
And we gon' keep it moving, grooving, give you something
KC,
now.
you the shit this year.
Yeah, I'm the shit this year.
What? Riding around town bumping shit that can
Bingo,
feel.
you the shit this year.
Yeah, I'm the shit this year.
And we gon' keep it moving, grooving, give you something
Look,
now.
I'm sipping Bacardi, visualizing on the farm Ferrari.
Catch a buzz from the life that we store in the
My
party.
swag immaculate, kicking this rap shit till I'm 40.
It's like electricity, just float the
Being easy with breezes and winding down and out, baby, I'm sorry.
Switch the game, change it up, falling off now hard.
Picture me rolling Maserati with some hoes in the back.
Switching lanes, taking pictures with a bitch in my lap.
Clap your hands, everybody, if you feel this shit.
KC,
Bingo,
on the mic,
and that's it.
take a trip down south that we call the abyss.
I'm most curious about my silver Air Forces.
And we receiving major paper from multiple sources.
Of course, it's the bosses that handle the business.
Spice the game a little bit, cause the flavor diminished.
Like Kane and Old Dog, we society's menace.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 into the 4.
KC,
Bingo, knocking at your door. Yeah, here it is again. Let's go, KC, you the shit this year.
yeah, I'm the shit this year.
Well, I'm riding around town, bumping shit that can feel.
You the shit this year.
Yeah, I'm the shit this year.
And we gon' keep it moving, grooving, give you something
KC,
now.
you the shit this year.
Yeah, I'm the shit this year.
What? Riding around town, bumping shit that can
Bingo,
feel.
you the shit this year.
Yeah, I'm the shit this year.
And we gon' keep it moving, grooving, give you something now. Attack the track like a lion, cause I'm so ferocious. When the wind blow, I fly, cause my image on posters. It be wise to decide to not try to approach us. Get burnt like bread when it's stuck in the toaster. And you hoes like clothes, I told you I fold you. In the mornings I have Folgers with my doja. I suppose it's time to smell the roses. Clear my mind, check the snakes is close.
And keep my status, my stamina, swagging on niggas just amateurs. Style stay funkin' and cannabis. It's scandalous the way these bitches try to handle us. It's city ball to ball swords in my Polaroid camera. I want my niggas on the propaganda. Welcome to this extravaganza. Hennessy, sipping weed, smoking enhancer. Even though we know that way to go is not the answer, I won't chance the opportunity to blow this shit. Take a shot at the target and I'm not gon' miss. Kicking, flipping, splitting, rip these rap niggas to bits. Let's go, KC, you the shit this year.
Yeah, I'm the shit this year.
What a run round town bumpin' shit that
Bingo, you the shit this year.
Yeah, I'm the shit this year.
And we gon' keep it moving, grooving, give you something
KC,
now.
you the shit this year.
Yeah, I'm the shit this year.
What run round town bumpin' shit that
Bingo, you the shit this year.
Yeah, I'm the shit this year.
And we gon' keep it moving, grooving, give you something now.
Like that, that. I like that, y'all. Like that, that. I like that, like that, y'all. Like
hit it with the whip of all that, y'all.
Like that, y'all. Like that, y'all.
Here it is, KC, King Chaka.
Dime qué tú quieres, papi. ¿Quieres que lo mueva para ti? Mueve, mueve. ¿Te gusta cuando me muevo así? Así. Mueve, muevo, mueve.
Hey, you, we up in the place. We up in the place. We up in the place. Hey, you, make your body shake. Make your body shake. Make your body shake. Hey, you, we up in the place. We up in the place. We up in the place. Hey, you, make your body shake. Make your body shake. Make your body shake. Hop, hop, jump, skip up on the floor. If they didn't know, then we gon' let them know. Drop low, giving them a show. We gon' give them something that they never seen before. Hop, scotch, 784. Bouncing on the beat while keeping the flow. Stop, watch, freeze and go. Cock-a-doodle-doo is what you eating off the floor. Pop, lock, do it by yourself. You know you the best, you don't need nobody else. Rock, hip, toast to success. You was born a winner, so you never nothing less. Hey, you, we up in the place. We up in the place. We up in the place. Hey, you, make your body shake. Make your body shake. Make your body shake. Hey, you, we up in the place. We up in the place. We up in the place. Hey, you, make your body shake. Make your body shake. Make your body shake. Bow, bow, rock, rock, shake, shake, wiggle, 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 wiggle.
¿Quieres papi?
Bow, bow, rock, rock, shake, shake, wiggle, wiggle,
¿Quieres
wiggle,
que lo
wiggle.
mueva para ti?
Bow, bow, rock, rock, shake, shake, wiggle, wiggle,
¿Te gusta
wiggle.
cuando me muevo así?
Bow, bow, rock, rock, shake, shake, wiggle, wiggle. When we come through, make you move just a little. Clap, clap, snap, do it from the hip. You can do this whether you stand or sit. Pump, fist, do it with your wrist. Pump it back and forth like you trying to catch a fish. Hip, twist, do a finger kiss. Rocking back and forth as you make your body shift. Top, tick, do it like you sick. 2 + 4 is 6 and that's arithmetic. Top, 6, we gon' let it rip. We got your attention and we not gon' let it slip. So hands up, move your head and know what's up. Now it's shoulders rolling while you showing them your stuff. Hey, you, we up in the place. We up in the place. We up in the place. Hey, you, make your body shake. Make your body shake. Make your body shake. Hey, you, we up in the place. We up in the place. We up in the place. Hey, you, make your body shake. Make your body shake. Make your body shake. Bow, bow, rock, rock, shake, shake, wiggle, wiggle,
Dime
wiggle.
qué tú quieres papi.
Bow, bow, rock, rock, shake, shake, wiggle, wiggle,
¿Quieres
wiggle.
que lo mueva para ti?
Bow, bow, rock, rock, shake, shake, wiggle,
¿Te
wiggle,
gusta
wiggle.
cuando me muevo así? Así.
Bow, bow, rock, rock, shake, shake, wiggle, 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 wiggle.
think I'm gonna play one more, y'all. Give people a little more time.
And now, another major production.
I'm about to tell you what the real is. Deep down inside, you got to feel it. Emotions have the most number of killings. Pay close attention to your feelings. I'm about to tell you what the deal is. And when I'm talking, all I'm hearing is some cricket. Yeah, hurry honey, run and get your ticket. Just getting money is not always the business. Yeah, forget the $1 million mission. Sometimes I just want to go fishing instead of physically grinding in the trenches. Finding me using my knowledge, intuition. Yeah, Chaka not talking while he so distant. Yeah, Chaka be talking but they don't listen. Yeah, he's sitting, his brain pumping like a piston. I've been chasing the twilight, now I've been bitten. The city's in my sights as if I was a pigeon. Your role is cast, your dialogue is written, it's past control. You're like a Sims minion, what to do now but roam around in and out of buildings. Seemingly living, touching ceilings, but there's no feeling. Willing and dealing, but really there's no winning. I'm sinning and sinning, so what I'm defending stuff's like prison, stuck in the life out of living. I'm about to tell you what the real is. Deep down inside, you got to feel it. Emotions have the most number of killings. Pay close attention to your feelings. I'm about to tell you what the deal is. And when I'm talking, all I'm hearing is some cricket. Yeah, hurry honey, run and get your ticket. Just getting money is not always the business. They say they do it for the money and the power. I'm just trying to get some peace in the shower. Protect what's mine without being a coward. Watch loved ones take time to breathe in the flowers. I've seen these G's get knee deep in powder because he needs to succeed in ours. Fuck your lifestyle, it's weak and it's sour. Fuck your lifestyle, it's weak and it's sour. Watch I come through and do like I do. Watch he come through and lose like he do. I'm a Hebrew, he just evil. We both hate people and church steeples. One thing certain, demons lurking. They be stressing, we be surfing. She be twerking and it look like it's hurting. I be perping, close the curtain.
They give you lithium to get rid of that shit?
I'm about to tell you what the real is. Deep down inside, you got to feel it. Emotions have the most number of killings. Pay close attention to your feelings. I'm about to tell you what the deal is. And when I'm talking, all I'm hearing is some cricket. Yeah, hurry honey, run and get your ticket. Just getting money is not always the business. I'm about to tell you what the real is. Deep down inside, you got to feel it. Emotions have the most number of killings. Pay close attention to your feelings. I'm about to tell you what the deal is. And when I'm talking, all I'm hearing is some cricket. Yeah, hurry honey, run and get your ticket. Just getting money is not always the business. Yeah, you boys think you real. What is real? Whatever it is, it's not you. For real. You know what I'm saying? KCE, we coming. It's the takeover, bitch. Y'all ain't ready. This is some whole new shit. For real.
Hey, how y'all doing out there? How y'all feel? Remember, we want you to be an activist. And don't take our word for it.
Look that
That
shit up.
please. What's up, Pat? How you feel, man?
I feel all right, man.
You sound energetic. You sound energetic tonight.
Shit, I damn near killed myself. I don't know. Damn near choked on a damn Fig Newton.
Oh shit. I ain't gonna lie, that's the kind of shit that scares the shit out of me. Like, I'm gonna die off of something stupid like that, and then they're gonna be like, they're gonna have to tell the story like this nigga was eating a cracker and fucking breathed the cracker in and died off that shit. like,
Yeah,
I used to watch Thousand Ways to Die. Remember that show? It was
yeah.
on. Yeah, it was one where this guy jumped off like the side of like a cliff or whatever. But it was just like a diving. Everybody was diving, but he hit the water wrong, and the water kind of shot up his anus, and it like tore his insides up. He died from that. Like, like, how do you explain that to someone? You know what I mean? I mean, not to laugh at this guy's death because this is something that actually really happened. But what I'm saying is, if I die like that, please tell him it was something else.
Yeah.
Please lie. Please lie.
Yeah, that would be some wild shit, man.
So did you catch any of that of the cremation or burial stuff that were you on the show when we was talking about that? I don't know if you was there. And
No.
yeah, so like that makes me think about that too. Like I don't want people looking at my body either after I die. I want to be cremated, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I think that the funeral process that we have is morbid. And not only that, it's just filled with vultures who are just like feeding off of the pain of the people who died, you know, like what I mean is the funeral services, the coffin, the headstone, all of this shit, like the insurance companies. You know, in the old days, I mean, did we go through all of that? Did we pay all that money? I mean, and I don't even think it was that long ago. I think the this weird ass way we do my funeral services, I think is a fairly recent history. It's just
Um,
become tradition.
nah, I mean, actually they used to put more into it than what they do now because I mean, of course like the open casket I think is kind of a maybe more of a new thing, but I used to go through the process of wrapping you.
Yeah,
Uh,
and the rites. You do the rites and you wrap them. Yeah, the family does that. Yeah. But that's still like that's a good thing or whatever. Like and so like, you know, and another thing about it is cemeteries. Like so if we keep having burying people, like the whole world's gonna become a cemetery at some point. And also I think about all the people that has died in the past. Well, it seems like there should be more cemeteries. We're, so what I'm saying is it's just the whole thing seems shady to me, you know. I think cremation is the better way to go, you know.
mm,
And and I don't want nobody looking at my dead body, you know. I don't like the funerals, the way we do it, and you get up and you walk by and look at the body. Did we do that? Is that you think that was a cultural practice that we did historically?
no, I don't think that was not the yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like the viewing of the body was like null and void because they had you wrapped. They did you like a mummy. They wrap you up or whatever, and that way it kind of preserve you for a longer period of time or whatever. But I don't think they did viewings. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man.
Doc
That's
says, I will be cremated and my ashes put in a seed pod to grow a tree. And that sounds beautiful, Doc. Let me read this right here, Black Twitter. I thought this was a little bit funny. I was checking it out just a second ago. Nostalgia Queen. It says, show me a picture black folks can hear by seeing it. Are you driving right now? You're not driving, right?
No.
Okay, so can you see the photo that's on the screen right now?
Yeah.
Sharon. Yeah, so then they got a couple of other ones. This the one that you raggedy bitch. and you can, I guess this one is like you can hear the sound of the damn plastic on the damn.
Oh
man.
Now we don't have all that stuff on our shit.
Yeah, well, I had people that I had family members that we didn't do it. My immediate family didn't, but I had cousins and aunties and shit that did that shit. Yes, annoying.
I think as a kid I may have visited a house. Somebody my mama knew or something that had plastic on the furniture.
Yeah, that's some crazy stuff, man. Crazy behavior. Yeah, so look, I'm finna put you on the spot. Here goes the question. Here it comes. Did you do the walk you said you was gonna do?
No. The weather was bad as hell today. It had been raining all day and it got cold as hell. So no, I did not. But that's the story of my life though. Because when you have all the intention on doing different things, that like it just makes it impossible.
Start raining and being cold and shit.
Well, I mean, not necessarily
I hate that
always
weather too.
Yeah, but I mean, like something comes up where you just can't. But believe me, if it was warm, I probably would have said to hell with it and went anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, my legs kind of. I think I went to the park twice this week, and I'm already kind of feel it. I felt it today at work because I walk a lot at work anyway. So that's really the only exercise I'll be getting is when I go to work on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. As a server, and I run around the restaurant. So
now, I did get me some squats in here in the truck though.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah,
that's what's up. Yeah, so like I say, I didn't feel it when I was walking at all, but today at work I felt it. So like that's when I felt like, because that's how it does. It builds upon top of like, because when you burn more, it burns more on top of that. Like it's, what do you call it? It's exponential, if you will. Let me see. Doc says one of my grandmothers did then had blankets over the plastic. Like you're not finna get nothing. And my TT, she was like, she wouldn't let nobody sleep on the couch too. And she was very, very particular about that. She was like, ain't no fucking you sleeping in the bed. Ain't no fucking sleeping on the couch. Let's hear Candace Owens. She's kind of like a few other figures. At the very least, this will be entertaining.
Afghanistan. We're doing war in Syria, so you have to go, billions of dollars have been taken away. It's out of your pocket. The American people need to understand this is just a money laundering operation. I mean, 10 years of a war in Afghanistan for us to leave. We couldn't even take back the billions of dollars worth of weapons and we just left them on the soil for the Taliban to take over. I mean, every single American should be outraged. And that's why I say that we have to remain focused and understand the enemies for us, the American people, are not in Ukraine or Russia. They are sitting down in Congress on Capitol Hill. Those are the enemies of the American people. Say we're doing war in Ukraine. We're doing war in Afghanistan. We're doing war in Syria. So you have to go, billions of dollars have been taken away. It's out of your pocket. The American people need to understand this is just a money laundering operation. I mean, 10 years of a war in Afghanistan for us to leave. We couldn't even take back the billions of dollars worth of weapons and we just left them on the soil for the Taliban to take over. I mean, every single American should be outraged. And that's why I say that we have to remain focused and understand the enemies for us, the American people, are not in Ukraine or Russia. They are sitting down in Congress on Capitol Hill.
Okay, I'm gonna have to stand on my square and say that I agree with everything Candace Owens said in that clip. I don't disagree with her at all. Hey, I don't disagree with her at all. Money laundering. How many people got nuts to say that? So big donkey nuts. Hats off to Candace Owens because she said that phrase within that rant, money laundering, and I think that's what a lot of this shit is that's going on.
Yeah, I'm very much in agreement myself. You know, I think that but we've been kind of talked about this a few times, but I've been talking about it for years. It's like there's no way that we can have a just system with keeping people in these offices for long periods of time. Like they come in for 2 to 4 years. They've done their service for the country. Get the fuck on and let somebody else come in, because once you come in, you develop so many relationships, and you can't just let just one family member come in behind the next. It's got to be a totally different group and set of people, that's, I would say, unrelated. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how really all of this this culture begins, is just by, like I said, these people that's in here for so long, they've built relationships within and around the world, with different, countries or whatever, and they're just setting up things that is really just more beneficial to them than the country. So
Doc sent a photo. It's pretty funny. Let's share it. Now we would like to thank our sponsors, the American taxpayers, and that looks like the Taliban guy in Afghanistan. It's funny, but not funny. Yeah, it's funny, but not funny. Oh, I guess that's all. Okay. Because like the same thing with the Ukraine, like all that money they sending over there.
they're just out of the blue.
And we just went through a damn pandemic.
Without them asking for it.
And a lot of people been asking and saying that they like that little old $1,400 check didn't work. All of these damn middle class, all of these mom and pop businesses are gone. Let's hear her. She said something good the other day, Taylor
As
Green.
kids against polio, we had our MMR.
Watch my friends do the period.
Broken clocks right twice a day,
COVID
though.
vaccine shot. Now, I don't know about you guys, but many of us were vaccinated as kids against polio. We had our MMR. And I have never seen the CDC coming out saying, oh, you've got to get your second polio shot. You got to get your third. You got to get your fourth.
Second. Third. Fourth. Like, people voted for this person. Like, they listened to her and they thought, aye, that's who I want making decisions. Fucking American, man.
Recommending a fourth COVID vaccine shot. Now, I don't know about you guys, but many of us were vaccinated as kids against polio.
Well, anybody can make a TikTok, I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Aaliyah and old boy used to be a thing before she died. Is this his Instagram? It's got to be his Instagram. Yeah, this is his page. So he's been promoting shit lately. Like he got a few ventures going on. Some shit about selling part of Rock Nation and shit. And he been feuding with Jay-Z. Something about some, I think it's having to do with
Unreasonable doubt.
Yeah. So he's got his own little like campaign going.
Well,
You know, like.
Well, look, there was he had mentioned potentially doing an NFT of Unreasonable Doubt, and I guess Jay heard about it, so somehow Jay started to try to rearrange the payout on that song, that album. So they're in the lawsuits. I think Jay sued him. Jay sued Dane for whatever reason, but all this other stuff, I don't really get it. How is it relevant to any of that?
Yeah, and I don't even really care. I was talking to my grandpa about Bitcoin, and he showed me where he keeps his cold storage wallet. Wow. In his teeth.
Damn.
Ain't nobody gonna find it there. That's a pretty damn safe spot.
I say so too.
Anyways, yeah, man. So what's been on your mind, man? Let me play something for fun here, right quick. Because of the name of the show. Let me see. Okay, here it is. Okay, y'all, don't laugh. Because it's not supposed to be funny.
Do you believe that the Lord tonight has set you free? Yes, sir. Turn around and tell those people. Tell them. I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will love a woman. Now listen, y'all praise God with him. Hold on, wait a minute. Somebody believe God with him. Hey! We don't just preach condemnation.
I'm delivered.
Humiliation. Hallelujah. God help him.
He said he's not gonna do.
Do you believe that the Lord tonight has set you free? Yes, sir. Turn around and tell those people. Tell them. I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will love a woman.
He wasn't very convincing, bro. I'm not convinced, bro.
I never was.
I'm sorry.
How long ago was this?
Let me see.
Probably going on about 5-6 years ago now, huh?
Oh shit! I think I gotta go back to the video to see.
Do you believe?
It was posted on November 16th, 2014.
8 years ago. Damn, time flies.
It says, let me read some of the comments. Can y'all see this? Yeah, y'all can see this. I gotta be careful. I don't be knowing. This guy, one person says, oh shit, this never gets old. This lady says, any man saying he doesn't date men's anymore is still dating men's.
Mince.
This guy says, I'd go to church every week if it was crazy like this.
Yeah.
It says,
Great entertainment.
this guy says, companies after Pride Month. It says, I'm not gay no more. I'm delivered. This person said, my brain literally stored this in my long-term memory as a Key and Peele sketch. Can't believe this really happened. It does look like a sketch. I'm sorry,
Well, you know,
go ahead.
You know when the whole Juicy Smollett stuff came
Yeah.
about,
Yeah.
that's who it reminded me of. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like this, they both could like almost be the same person.
Justice for Juicy.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, bro. How did he make that so fucking funny? Like, that sketch is so freaking hilarious, bro. He's just like telling the story. He's like, black people knew he was lying. Like,
yeah.
He said, we was supporting you with our silence. Like, damn, bro.
But no, for real, but that shit was so honest. It's just like, okay, amongst ourselves, we'll be like, yeah, that nigga full of shit. But, you know, we ain't gonna say nothing because maybe he can get himself out of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what made it so funny, bro. Dave Chappelle be putting his finger right on it. Yeah. You know, the thing about like race relations in the United States and like how like it's really only like a comedian can even have these conversations. And it's great that we have people like Dave Chappelle. You know what I mean? It's no small thing that of what he does, because he makes us have, you know, because he has so much reach, and then he touches on the nuances of these conversations. It causes people to have these conversations at home. You know what I mean? And people start talking about these things more, you know, more nuanced, using the intricacies of the nuances of it, you know? So, and the only way you can say these things publicly isn't as jokes. You know what I'm saying? Even though a lot of times these are really serious topics that Dave Chappelle be talking about. And but it's good. So that's what I'm trying to do here on this show, is like get people to have these conversations. And I think that's what Dave Chappelle does on you know, whatever subjects he feels like he wants to, because I think that's exactly what he be doing. Like, he knows what he's doing. He's like, okay, I want them to be talking about this or whatever, like, you know, so that he's really trying to help. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so like the thing with the transgenders, were you on the show when I showed the clip, or it was a news article about the transgender cis male born, he competing in the swimming and broke records and won and all this stuff, got medals? Were you on the show when I was talking about that?
I don't remember that.
Well, I'm just saying, like, that's a complex, you know what I'm saying, subject. What the hell are they chasing? They're chasing the mirror. This is Houston's mirror. This is so what's his name? Sylvester. I can't say his fucking name. Is that him? What's happening? Oh no, that's the New York mayor dude. And I already said like nobody likes him. I don't even know how he fucking won, but it seems like it's crazy to win mayor in New York. You kind of got to be one of the most hated people. But it looks like he needs better fucking security. This is some bullshit right here. Fuck that. I'm not gonna be. I'm the mayor. I'm not gonna have all these. Look, they all up in his face. She's sticking her finger all in his face. Like, bruh, I'm gonna need you to move. That's New York for you right there, I guess. Let's
Well,
read
I
the
mean,
comments.
he is kind of stupid because I don't know what this is about, but I know that they well, you know, a lot of the restrictions have been lifted. You know, COVID restrictions have been lifted in New York, and he was talking like, you know, yeah, everybody can you know, the mask mandates and all this, that, and the other can be lifted for all the citizens except for Kyrie.
What? Is that what they mad
Yeah,
about?
I
So
don't
right
know,
here,
but I could
I don't know nothing.
possibly.
I haven't heard a thing about this. I guess because I've been at work. So this is a new development. I'm gonna read the comments on this. It says from Real Pete Rock, they all in his face and he kissed his teeth and walked away. Wait for it. Wait a little for it. Hold on, let me see. Somebody's gonna explain this in here. How you act when the check cleared but the bill collector's called. How much is he getting paid to be a pawn? You know they set him up by giving him that position. House Negro is gonna feel it from now. Hold on. They're still not telling us what happened. So was she paid to be all up in his face because all those cops just let her be all up in? Yeah, I wonder about that. But that's New York though. LOL, he just followed orders. It's the people behind him running the show. So what orders or something like that? Yeah, they're talking about something. Where where the fuck is this nigga security? They going off old boy if he ain't careful. That's what I'm saying. He need better security. This is very disrespectful to the black mayor. I never seen people get in a white mayor's face shaking my head. I don't care how they feel about him. Their behavior is very disturbing. Gotta respect him for still even showing his face and coming out in that type of heat. All these black actors should have known they was going to be the scapegoats. The repeal Patriot Act first. It says, well, repeal of what is going on? Somebody's got to explain this. This is old. So long as our indicators show a low level of risk and we see no surprises this week on Monday, March 7th, we will also remove vaccination requirements for key to NYC, meaning indoor dining, fitness, and entertainment. Mayor Adams' words, miss me with the bullshit. He works his ass off. Trust me, I know. I still don't get it. So it is something with the mandates. Y'all better check Mayor Adams' pedigree. He was doing a great fight for the black police officers and black people when you're extremely dangerous to a black police officer in New York. What the hell happened? The thing that pisses me off about is that through Giuliani, Bloomberg, de Blasio, even Koch, I've never seen black people confronted and disrespect any mayor like they're doing to Mayor Adams. With these previous administration, black people have some serious issues, and I've never seen black people up in the mayor or any politician's face like this. So, Doc, clear this up for us, bro, because I'm reading the comments and it's not helping. So what the hell? What happened? Let me read. I think I missed his comments. Millionaires suing millionaires. I thought it was a Key and Peele skit, and it's not. It's real. Only a black comedian can have these conversations. The rest have to watch their shit still, and that's true. Like even I think a lot of the stuff that Dave Chappelle get away with saying, I think a white comedian would have a hard more harder time. But see, Chappelle is delicate. This is the way he's been. He came out his career like this. So like he's been doing this for what is it? 30, 40 years? I don't know, a long time. He's skilled.
He's
I
our
remember,
age and started at 14.
so he's skilled at what he does. I remember seeing, and he was really young. He went in front of a crowd full of white folks, and he was making these racial ass damn jokes. They was laughing, and he was making that funny little face he makes. And I mean, like the nuts it takes to fucking go up there. He was a kid too. Yeah, he was like a teenager in this clip. And he went up there in a room full of white folks making these damn racial ass jokes. So yeah, he's got skill in that area.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He says, if you defund the police, you cannot request a bigger security detail.
Man,
I don't think I don't think that was the reason why.
That's idiotic. Like whoever said that shit.
That was Doc.
Come on, Doc. Come on, Doc. Okay, all right.
Yeah, Doc. Off humor sometimes it's hard to. Sometimes it hits sideways. Yeah, man. So this week, like I know what was it? Oh, you said I bombarded the hell out of y'all this week, huh? Oh, I brain fried y'all this week. On Saturday, I usually like to do whatever was left over from the week that I didn't get to cover. I know we was at the end. We started talking about IBS. People moving out, not eating, like traveling to another country, an American citizen, and then they're eating those fresh foods, and then they come back to the United States eating the food here, and then they get irritable bowel syndrome. I figure that's a interesting topic. And another thing I wanted to ask, Doc, do you know the history related to the King Ranch? Something happened on a King Ranch. I want to say it was in Texas, and it had to be some kind of racial, like it had to be some kind of like massacre or something like that. I can't remember those details. You know what I'm talking about, Doc? Clear us up on that. So yeah, Pat. So what do you think about the IBS? Like, so you spent a week or 2 weeks in another country, and you've been eating good fresh food. Then you come back to U.S. and as soon as you eat something here, and it just be something out of the grocery store too, and you got your stomach all fucked up. Basically,
man, I've heard that is like such a real thing. Like this girl's like she lost weight, like she was eating horrible and lost weight. She was in South America eating bread and all kind of stuff, and then just like one meal is what brought her back to her regular weight or something. Like, no, but like just she thought she was just
the American food put the weight back on real fast. Basically, the United States food.
Yeah, like instantly.
That's crazy, and I believe it to be true. I believe it to be true.
Now this is somebody like what I'm saying, like carbs are supposed to be bad for you, and then bread, the sugars, and all this other kind of stuff is supposed to be bad for you. But she was eating all kind of different pastries and like just eating hard, like what would be horrible for here. But shoot, she said she lost weight while she was there, and then I say the first day, but like during her first week back, like she was like overweight, back and over her normal weight. So
yeah. So it's all the preservatives they put in the food, all of the shit, all the shit they doping them up with, and because most other countries won't allow that shit. It's like they've sold us off to the highest bidder. You know what I'm saying? The United States citizens. Like You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, bro. Like, they don't give a fuck, bro. Like, however you can make the best profit, boom, go at it, bro. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell my family not to eat none of that shit. Like, talking about we don't eat anything out of a box. Talking about we don't eat cereal, or we don't, you know what I mean? We don't eat chicken and shit like that. Like the people that know, like, they tell their family, you know what I'm saying? No, don't eat that. But the masses don't know. We just go to the store and it's just like it's innocent, like a box of cereal.
Oh my God, yeah. I don't know if even even the healthiest cereal is not good for you.
Especially in the States.
Well, that's what I mean, because that's mostly where a lot of it is sold. Because I mean the sugar is extreme, even in just like, let's just say just cornflakes, or like some kind of something that's supposed to have fruit and all that. The fruit probably is like some fake, it's got to be like some fake fruit, not really like dehydrated, or like it's really a shame to really, when you really look at it and you read the side of the box, can't pronounce half the shit that's on the side of the box.
Yeah,
What's
your
you know
body your body can't even break down half the shit that's the ingredients that's in that shit. Like, your body can't even like do nothing with it. It's not even. It's like not even empty calories. It's just like, can't even explain it. It's just like waste, and your body it just poops it right back out because it can't do nothing with it. You know, the stuff that's really like small, some of that shit might stay in there.
Well,
Doc
yeah, I mean,
says,
'cause your body is supposed to actually, when it intakes food, pretty much there to try to take out the nutrients that the food has, and then the rest of it kind of just funnels it through, you know, your, of
as
course, your
waste.
colon. Yeah.
What it can't use. It take everything it can out of it, everything that's useful out of it, and then it the rest of it. Let me read Doc's comments. He says, "Remember, I used to tell racial jokes and everyone laughed, but I cannot do the same thing now. Because we're a sensitive, racially charged ass nation now. I'd say comedy is like the creepy uncle at the family reunion. He's funny to watch until he touches you. Joking.
Oh damn.
See, that's that sideways humor again. But it's funny to
Yeah.
me. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna tell you. I mean, like I love humor. That's the type of entertainment I'm really into, is comedy. But sometimes, especially off the cuff, it's kind of like, especially you're not ready. You're not like
Catch you off
prepared
guard.
for.
It's like,
Yeah,
that's why I
yeah.
say it hits sideways. It might catch you in the stomach. We was talking about that in the other show. Like, if somebody's ranking on you or whatever, maybe y'all telling your mama jokes or something, and he says a joke that's just way too close to home, like way too personal. Like, he knows something about your mom for real or something, and he uses it in a joke in front of everybody, and everybody laughs, and then you be like, hold up, nah, I think we got to fight. It's not, the jokes are over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played this the other day. It was pretty funny. Did you see this clip?
Got that sanitizer, and I got that Pfizer. I stick it in my vein. Put a bullet in Putin's brain. Do it for the Ukraine. Before I go insane, let me antibacterial my body at the party. Sipping Bacardi, the flow. And I am a pimp, cause I am on the blim. Eating lots of steak and shrimp. One more time, I'm 99. And I grind and shine.
It's pretty funny, man.
This is not real, right?
I don't know if it is or if it isn't. Either way, it's hilarious. If it's real, it's hilarious. If it's a parody, it's
insane.
hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, You can see he was going off with whatever he was saying in the meeting, but you know, it's no way he was doing that in the damn whatever meeting that was.
It looked official, but who knows? They could have set up the whole, set stage. I saw this. This says it's an airport. It's one of the dangerous airports. People hang out at this beach where the airplane. This is Jamaica. Let me see the caption. It says SS Park spotting planes at Princess Julian International Airport. This airport on the Caribbean island of Saint Martin sits right next to a public beach. It's certainly one of the most spectacular and dangerous airports in the world. That's crazy right there. I don't know how comfortable I will be at that beach, bruh.
Nah. I'm sure he could have curved over and came in a different way.
They probably all come in that way. That's the strip. It's an island. So they probably all, you know how it goes. It's probably only one way. The island it's an island, and they build the airport the way they build it. That's works for the geography that they have. So I bet you there's only one approach. I bet you there's only one approach, and I bet you it's this. So that's the reason why it's this, because this is the only approach. This was the best, whatever, when they built the airport. As far as the beach, that's just people being fucking stupid. Like, I mean, I don't think they should have a beach there. There shouldn't be a beach there. They should tell people, no, y'all can't be here, because sometimes shit happen.
I guess.
But, thrill seekers is something for everybody out there, I guess. There's a trucker convoy in D.C. right now.
Oh, damn. And I got to go that way tomorrow.
I fucking don't see. That's why I like to scroll on my Insta, because I get real time shit, because I didn't know nothing about this. So it says, just in, a bicyclist is brilliantly trolling the trucker convoy in downtown DC right now. So let's see some comments. Sometimes the comments breaks it down. It's usually someone that knows what's up. Snowflake truckers. I guess these are all lefties in here. Bravo, perfect. They're not saying nothing. The lefties are always the most uneducated or ignorant or whatever. Holding up a convo driving towards the irrelevance is a post-mandate America. Anyways, this is some weird shit going on in DC. I'm gonna look that up when I have time. So yeah, it's about the sounds. I used to watch videos like that. It's about the sounds. Like, that looks like glass, but that's ice. Let me go into my shit. Let me see what I got for y'all. What do I have? Doc sent something. Oh shit, the trucker. Is that the recent thing? Is this recent? Oh, road closures. So this might affect you, Pat. Hold on, let me see. So Doc sent me an article. It says police traffic delays, road closures heading into DC due to trucker convoys. Heavy traffic delays on road closures are expected along I-395 from Virginia headed to DC, according to the MPD. Are you gonna be going that way?
I know I'm heading into Maryland.
The most awarded
Might be a
SUV ever now comes
video
with 3
here.
rows. The Jeep Grand Cherokee L features an expansive interior that seats up to 7 passengers with best-in-class legroom.
Fucking ads.
Off-road trails.
I don't watch ads at all, bro. I don't never see ads.
Capability features. The Grand Cherokee L
It's
embodies the
annoying.
legendary reputation of Grand Cherokee. Miss these exclusive offers during the Jeep Celebration.
I don't want a
sales
Jeep.
event.
Fuck out of here. $4.99 a month.
Major traffic delays for drivers trying to get into DC. You're looking live right now at 395 in traffic. You can see just breathing along there, barely moving. It's all because of that trucker demonstration. They have been in our area for weeks now. Thank you for being here with us. I'm Lorenzo Hall.
And I'm Charlotte McBride. Trucker protests have been making their way around DC the past few days. But this afternoon, we saw a major traffic jam. As you can see there, earlier police were blocking 395 northbound at the 12th Street exit number 3. This was to stop that truck convoy from entering the district and causing more traffic trouble.
Yeah, another live look right now at a different backup. We're monitoring the group, and it appears they've now moved on from that area. But we can tell you police have also opened up those exits. And now all of this traffic back up here is pretty much residual. So the good news, if you're seeing backups for the last hour or so now, they seem to be getting better. We're going to keep monitoring the roads throughout our region for you and let you know about any other backups issues.
Well, okay. No, can y'all please stop? They hurt. They hurt me. Those ads, they are painful.
Yeah, they are pretty damn annoying.
What did he send? California to DC People's Convoy. California to DC People's Convoy route. So that's what it is. So the People's Convoy. So is this related to what? So was this inspired by the Canadian trucker thing?
I think to some extent. Now, I mean, we've been looking at all kinds of stuff for the past few years. I think that's just one of those ways that they've exercised as a way to, I don't know, jumble up the roads and I guess make their presence known that whatever they're trying to do to drivers, because I mean the regulations have gotten like totally crazy at one point. Like it's.
And then you got the gas prices you were talking about. So it says California to DC People's Convoy route. So start February 23rd. The convoy of up to 1,000 truckers leaves Adelanto Stadium, California at midday PST. So that's like Standard Time, Pacific Standard Time. So let me see. So February 25th, Uptown, Arizona, Texas, I-40 through New Mexico. They went through Oklahoma City, February 26th, 27th, Oklahoma still. Let me see. March 1st, Sullivan, Missouri to Indianapolis, Indiana. Convoy will stay in Indianapolis till March 2nd. So March 4th, Cambridge, Ohio to Hargiston, Maryland, and end March 5th, Hargiston, Maryland to DC Beltway area. So that was the plan. So because it's the 20th now. Wait, January, February, March. Yeah. So it said end. The plan was for it to end on March 5th. In Hargiston, Maryland to DC Beltway area, I guess. Maybe they're late. I don't know.
Not really sure.
Me neither. I'm not getting that at all.
But I mean,
Um,
to me, I'm like, I mean, because I get the whole,
let me
okay,
read
it's like
Doc's
a
comment.
protest.
I think it cleared up. He says, if you trusted enough to fly in it, why not trust him enough to land, or I guess around other people? That's a fair question, Doc. I'm trying to use local sites and not the networks. Less chance for DCMI. Yes, it was inspired by the Canadian convoy. Okay. He says, I've been watching it since the beginning. I didn't even know what was going on. Like the last couple of years, the war on small businesses, now with gas prices, is a war on owner operators.
You remember, did I send you pictures of the convoy in Ohio that I was in
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
yeah, that was a part
So
of the
that was
same
probably
group.
this. Yeah. Well, I
It
didn't
was.
know it was, really a thing.
Yeah.
That's interesting. But that's interesting what Doc said, because you said that just the other day. He says, now with the gas prices, it's a war on owner operators.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think about that?
Um, I mean, it's effed up. I mean, like there's a lot of guys that's like really at the part where, because like, all right, I do specialized freight, so for me, everybody doesn't do it, so I'm kind of in a niche area. But for those who's doing, FAKs, freight of all or any kind, and they're having a hard time, especially if they're running on their own. So it's like they're their whole idea is to allow looks like they're trying to push the corporate side of things.
Yeah.
Allow,
So,
because I mean they'll get subsidies, they'll get whatever's necessary for
so
them
the
to continue.
corporations can take over the trucking, and like it's one of the last segments that the major corporations haven't been able to control, because there's so many independent truck operators, right?
Yeah,
Like all over the country.
all over the country. Like, and that's the thing. Like, it's if they can weaken us, then they pretty much have taken back full control of the country.
Like no more free men.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, man. That's why I feel like I need to create my own job. I think that's what we have to do. We have to create our own jobs. I think that's what we have to do, because, and then we also gotta accept not wanting to have all this, like they make you want to have the loft on the side of in Manhattan on the top floor. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what they make you want. Be able to go to the swanky club, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? To be in the in crowd and sitting on the front row at the basketball game or whatever. You know,
Never, that's never been sexy to me.
yeah, I don't see it that way. I mean, I think it's cool. No, not knocking anybody.
Yeah, I
But
mean, for a bunch of people, that is like the thing. They want the corner view office. In the one of the skyscrapers of New York City, or
Dubai,
yeah,
or just like the
yeah.
most badass whatever. You know, and but I think that's that's the program. You know,
Oh, definitely is.
because you're working for somebody else, and if they let you have that loft like that, how much money you think you're making for them? If they paying you like that, you still a slave, bro. You still
Oh,
getting fucked.
you
You're
just
just
yeah, you just
high
a,
priced, high
a,
paid.
a glamorous slave. That's all it
Yeah.
is. I mean, that's pretty much what most people in Hollywood are. They're just Glamorous slaves.
Or because you got slaves and you got slave drivers, and then you got the masters, and the masters are the few. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I be saying all the time, we don't know these people's names. We think we know these people's names. We don't know these people's names.
Nope.
These people make it their business that their names don't show up nowhere.
Yeah, because they don't want people to come visit them at their house. Because that's like each one of those people, they got an address. They got, you know what I'm saying? So they make sure to try to stay hidden because all the shit that they do against the, against humanity. At some point, when they figure out, that's who this is. This is our problem. Choose.
And it'd
Just
be
like
so
you.
hard to find them because they have these corporation behind corporation and that owns another corporation, a dummy corporation over in another country that's in China and it's in Chinese that's owned by another. Like they make it nearly impossible. Like you can't find out who these people are. They're just
Yeah.
ghosts. But what's crazy is the real truth is they're the people, they walk amongst us. You just don't know who they are. They might have been in the Starbucks line next to you. Even though you may think that these people don't go to Starbucks.
Of course they do.
I'm telling you, bro. Like I say, you don't know who these people are. They're just, I ain't gonna say they're regular people, but you don't know who they are. They could be anybody. It's like that movie, the guy with the glasses I talked about before. When they're whatever. He said, I'm here to chew bubble gum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum. I think you still hadn't seen that movie. I was telling you to watch that movie. I don't think you saw it. They're something like that. Can't think of the name of it. And he's like, I'm here to chew bubble gum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum. And he had that fight scene with the black guy trying to force him to put the sunglasses on because he could see. With the sunglasses on, he could see. And all that shit, like the kids wear the shirts now, the shirts that say obey and shit. That's where all that shit came from. It came from that shit. Obey, reproduce, consume. Like all the signs say that when you put on those glasses. I love that movie, man.
That's not the one with the like they living in a game.
Nuh-uh. It's like it's set in like real life. I think it was the 80s. He says them with Rowdy.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I didn't see.
Rowdy
I
Rob
didn't go
Piper.
through.
They
I didn't
live.
go through
They live. That's the name of it. They live. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go through the whole movie, but I did kind of look at that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and in that movie, it's like that. They, but that's how it is in real life. That movie was exposing it because it's like in that movie, like it was just regular people walking around, but when you put on the glasses, you can see the ones that weren't regular people. Like they were the ones who were the, like pretending. They were just like trying to blend in with everybody. And then the one guy was like you didn't get the promotion. And he's like, oh, Nick, and the guy pats him on the back. He's like, oh, you'll get him next time or whatever. But the guy who got the promotion was one of the guys who are in, like, one of them or they. That makes any sense.
But yeah.
Yeah. Basically, I'm just saying that they are everywhere.
Controlled opposition.
And they're right amongst us. They might be on the elevator with you when you in Manhattan on the way up to your loft. I talked about planting season. We talked about that, huh? Hold on, let me see.
I don't know. I've been campaigning that for the last couple of months with my family, and it's just like
everybody needs to be planting right now. Plant something, y'all. Go plant something. Make some flowers or something. Anything.
No, not no damn flowers.
It'd be better if it's something you could eat. I'm just saying, though.
Yeah, no. It only makes sense to to grow. I mean, you know, you want to grow some damn lilies or some tulips, some roses, whatever. All right, but shit, you better have shit 3 times as much as food growing than some flowers. I mean, you know, yeah, you can grow dandelion. You know, there's different things you can grow that's like medicinal. Yeah, that stuff is good too. But uh, you definitely need to be growing you some food because it's getting real ugly out here. Because if it don't go down this year, next year it's coming. It's gonna eventually hit itself, and the supply chain. That's where the biggest problem, the supply chain. We got to create our own. So
Oh, this might be
if
interesting.
you don't want to know what famine really is, yeah, you better start growing some food of your own.
Anytime you got to rely on the government, wants you to rely on them. So if you're relying on them, then it's
Well,
gonna be whatever they own.
well, that was the whole setup. That was the whole, you know, live the American dream and you know, move to the city, move out. You know, everybody move out of the country, move to the city. That's what that whole plan was to get you to where you are right now. Like it was all a setup. They want you to count on them for everything. That way, they can control you.
Doc says if it brings beauty and sustenance into this world, it's worth growing, and I agree with you, Doc. Because even like the insects, the bees and stuff, and because then they ended up making honey. But you can also grow flowers that you can smoke. If you guys out there know what I'm talking about. Those are flowers too.
To hell with that.
Or you can eat them. You can eat those flowers. They eat flowers all over the world.
I suppose. Let's see how full you stay off of those flowers.
They make teas out of them. They make different kinds of healing potions out of them. I've seen it. We don't be knowing. We don't be knowing like the value of like these different species of plants and shit. It's like a lot of times the weeds, the ones that we call weeds, a lot of times those be the very ones that have like some kind of medicine or something in it. Let me read this. I don't want to play the sound because I'll probably get in trouble, so I'm gonna read it. Al Jazeera. It says the world responded differently to Ukraine versus the Middle East crisis.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, there is some sound. Hold on. Palestinians are speaking up. Hold on. It says FIFA has suspended Russian teams but hasn't suspended Israel.
No, they're part of the U.S.
Despite calls from BDS supporters and the Palestinian FA. And if anybody's doing like a genocide, I mean, what's happening in Israel is I would say way more freaking, and it's
Like we should be, if we're gonna fund somebody, we should be trying to fund the Palestinians.
yeah. Over 1 million people have fled Ukraine since Russia's launched its attack.
Oh, what is? You know what? Did y'all hear anything about hypersonic missiles?
No, maybe like in the past. You talking about recently in like the news? No.
Yeah, I think like that's what Russia's testing out right now. Their hypersonic missiles.
Well, I know North Korea did one, and the test failed. I don't know if it was a hypersonic missile. But it was an intercontinental ballistic missile.
Oh, now see, that's something totally different.
It says
That's a whole other level.
It says countries like Poland and Bulgaria are assisting Ukrainians. Let me see. Bulgarian.
Yeah, because if they don't, they're gonna be next on the chopping block.
Well, this says the next slide says Bulgaria's prime minister said Ukrainians are intelligent and educated.
The hell that's supposed to mean?
But he said that past refugees waves included people who could have been terrorists.
There could have been. These are new grown-ups from those same people. Well, I'm trying. Like, what was his point there? Is he trying to wake people up? Is he trying to tell people, hey, yeah, these are such and such people? I don't know. That was kind of confusing.
He was being a douchebag like he is, and then it's politics. So if you feel comfortable saying it, then he knows a lot of people that's going to agree with him. He knows it. It says, hold on, let me read these. The lines that they don't say be the best ones. It says, in November 2021, 20,000 Polish security forces were deployed along the Poland-Belarus border to stop some 4,000 refugees and migrants. Okay, wait. Let me take that back. In November 2021, November 2021.
4 months ago, 5 months ago.
20,000 Polish security forces were deployed along the Poland-Belarus border to stop some 4,000 refugees and migrants. Okay, so wait a minute. The Ukraine thing just happened, right? It just started, right? I mean, it hasn't been 4 months, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, they claimed they were still in talks during that time.
No, I'm talking about, I know that there has been a conflict going on over here. It's really been 8 years. So, but the narrative is that the Russia just recently, decided to, attack Ukraine, and all of a sudden, all of these refugees and migrants, millions are leaving out of the city. I mean, out of the country. Do you get what I'm saying? This information right here pushes against that narrative. Let's see. Thousands spent weeks in freezing winter conditions. Poland has taken in around 575,000 Ukrainian refugees.
So they've been getting out since November. Because what's the population of Ukraine? Like that I say a lot. Because I mean, the top million people, might have been getting out earlier. Like the rich were getting out in November because they knew what they were doing, what they were setting up for. Where
No, it's already has. There's been a conflict ongoing. It's been like 8 years. Like I've been saying from the beginning, I believe Putin is getting into this to put an end to this shit. This shit has been going on. There's different parts of Ukraine that feel like they want their independence from Ukraine. It's like two regions or whatever. It's like Donbass region or some other region. They feel like they don't want to be a part of Ukraine. They want to be their own thing. And Ukraine, it's just like as if Texas, just like when the Civil War happened in the South, it succeeded. And the country is like, nah, fuck that. You can't leave. That's the same thing. And that's what's been happening. That's the war that's been going on in Ukraine before. Well, Putin, of course, has have influence. And of course, NATO and the U.S. has been having influence in this conflict before now. But it hasn't been, what do you call it? A hot one. The one where you go in. That's where they did now. That's what Russia is doing now. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
no, I get what you're saying. Like I mean, I know that I didn't know that like it was like hot and heavy or like that, them so much going on because like, shoot, I'm just like I don't necessarily, yeah, I guess you just say like I'm like an average citizen that is
Yeah.
hearing things, but once you start to hear it, that's when you start digging deep into
Right.
a lot of it. So, you finding out more and more as time passes, but either way, I didn't know that it was like, because I mean, what they really make it out to be is a Russia thing instead of, this
And
was a
and it,
infighting.
and it was it's basically like a civil war that's been going on over there.
Yeah.
So yeah, with itself. But there has been outside factions, putting pressures, but this was an internal thing that's been going on 7+ years. Let's see. Hold on. He says, hold on, let me take that back. He says they're biased. He says there is a bias against refugees when it comes to skin color.
Oh, what? So that's
This is what they're saying.
yeah, because they want the black people to get killed off.
Yeah. So I don't know. People gotta recognize that the shit is actually a real thing. Oh shit! I thought I was sharing that screen with y'all. Damn! This whole time I was I was explaining this, so that's cool. And I probably look like an idiot here sitting there looking at the screen. I thought I was sharing this with y'all, but it's probably better that I didn't because I was gonna get dinged on that anyways. I'm not gonna play it again. Yeah. So, anyways, I think people need to acknowledge the truth. They're saying the difference between the way that the title of that was. It says Ukraine versus the Middle East crisis: how the world reacted. So basically, they were showing the different sides of reaction between what trouble in the Middle East and trouble in Ukraine. Am I losing y'all? I done lost y'all.
I'm here. But it's just, it's been a long week for me.
Yeah, it's 2:30. The Hunter Biden laptop thing. That's where I feel like that's just not a story. It still keeps coming up.
That's all some BS. I mean, maybe some stuff on there, but I mean, what the hell?
I think I'm gonna just scroll and just chop it up with y'all because I don't want it to be too she says Crystal Ball says proof Obama doomed Democratic Party with working class. And I think there might be like a party shift that's gonna happen. I think I sent you a video on that. We were talking about the party switch that happened in the past.
Oh
How,
yeah,
yeah,
that
the
was
South.
last week though, right?
Yeah, I don't remember. The South was a Republican. Wait, the South was Democrat and the North was Republican, kind of, and then it flipped, right? So I think that we might be going through another kind of deal like that. If we don't end up having like a third party that just blows up overnight, then I think we might end up with like some kind of switch flip like that too.
Well, you said you think that that's what's happening in our politics right now, where there's going to be a switch.
Yeah, I'm saying that there could be a chance. Yeah.
Well, I mean, well, I could see where there's a lot more people leaning towards, you know, republicanism. Um, but I don't know, like, is a switch really just with the people moving from one to another, or is it more so where the principles of a party changes?
Either or both at the same time.
But then it's not really a change. I mean, I don't, because I mean, if it's people that's living under the same ideals, because I mean,
Well, I'm sure that when the party switch that happened last time, I'm sure those people's ideals didn't change. You know what I'm saying? I don't think
uh,
so.
uh,
They're
I
they're
think
they're,
they
they're
did because I mean,
no.
yeah,
Oh, no, the conservatives, the ones who were like against slavery are the ones that like those people are the same people. Like they just, and their ideology and philosophy didn't change. They just changed the party changed or they changed parties. It's hard to I mean, the parties are just labels any damn way. That's why I'd be trying to get people to understand any damn way. But no, those people ideologies didn't change. No way. They still think the same way today that they thought way back then, and that's why the name of the show
so
yesterday was
so
2022 or 1922, because
so
we
you
could be living in either one right now.
okay? So what you're telling me is that the Republican Party of the past had the same idealism as the current Democrats.
Not exactly.
Not
I
at
mean,
all.
things change over time. Things change over time.
I
No.
get that. I know things change, but at the same time, like you know, so the Republicans were more, you know, uh, programish, wanting, because I always felt like they were more so the group that wanted people to be able to self govern, like who actually had a say. They're the ones, and I see them as being like pretty much the same thing over time. Of course, we have different
No, it
actors.
was you talking about states' rights. It was the Democrats that was screaming states' rights back in the day. That and now it's the Republicans that scream states' rights.
Well,
Something. What happened? Where's my link? Oh, right here. So what I'm saying is, they still have the same ideology. They just flopped their name tag. They just switched their name tag.
but I mean, if now that if let's just say, you know, the Democrat, like if we use the whole states' rights thing, I mean, was it ever a bad thing?
Well, it was used. It was used to allow slave owners to continue to persecute black people. I mean, if you think that's not a bad thing, if you think that's fine, then no, it wasn't a bad thing.
So, well, I mean, of course, during that time, but I mean, but now is that something that's still in? Now, I know some states really haven't changed a lot of their legislation on um, some of these ideas, but it's just all right if the laws are in place properly. I don't know. I don't know enough about that. The you know the because I mean having states' rights has been something that's always been a part of this country. You know what I'm saying? Because each state really is its own country. It's just that it's united in different affairs, so that it's that's where the federal government comes in at. You know what I'm
And that's
saying?
true. State, especially since even before, throughout the whole history, they use state rights as a way to do shit like slavery. That's the whole reason why Bleeding Kansas and all of that shit happened. States' rights. States' rights, states' rights, states' rights. It's my right to own fucking property, and I choose to, as a person, as property. I have people as property, and that's my right. And each state has the right to decide on if people can own other people as property.
All right, so is that the only issue that goes along with that, or is there other things? Because of course they use that to strum people's nerves or get people upset because you don't, if you allow yourself to be a slave in these day and times, all the things that's available, if you haven't corrected your status in all this time, you don't give a shit who you are.
No, but
You
it's not about slaves. It's like we were saying yesterday. It's the same play. They use that same play to get the same job done, basically. You know what I'm saying? To oppress certain groups of people,
okay.
and they use states' rights as the way their excuse or whatever.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. Most people don't believe that the law is real, that they can end up in slavery again, and because of that, some people gonna find out one way or another that shit is still real, unless you correct your status. But that's just, I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, if you really believe that certain thing, like, I mean, you can't use one thing to mask another and act as if that's, without fully correcting it, that are now not just a civil, you know, a civil citizen. You can actually be a human on paper, so that they can't do that to you. So, I mean, I'm like, I don't know, bro. Look, that's not even really my fight. I don't. I mean, more people got to be more concerned about their stance in their what they are really are politically. They just got to give a shit.
Then that argument becomes all mute right there. So that's fair, because what you're saying is when you go down the road of nationality, sovereignty or whatever, and then now all that stuff about state rights, that's null and void,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it won't. That stuff doesn't matter anymore because, like, regardless of what they try to do, states' rights, you've already protected yourself in other ways.
That's the perfect argument for that. That's the perfect antidote to that, I would say, to that argument. Because you know what I always do here? I always try to stress the argument. And regardless of where I feel on it, I want people to hear, the perspective. Let me read Doc's comment. He says, if it's not in the Constitution, it falls to the state to make the laws. That is why the Constitution is made to be living, evolving document. And that is why it gets changed as we find issues that are bigger as a nation and as human beings. And I agree with that. My argument is that historically they've used that states' rights argument as a way to freaking oppress people basically.
Yeah, but I mean, I mean, if you really understand it, regardless of whatever, like anything that a state tries to do that's against what's in the Constitution is already null and void too. It's just that if you go to court, you need to be in the proper person in order to be able to fight it. That's really what it boils down to. If you're in an improper persona, you go to court, they list you right back under their jurisdiction, and it's just a shut up, nigga, and you know, go do what I say. I mean,
the name of this video right here is what's China's stance on Russia-Ukraine crisis? That should be interesting, right?
What is China's stance?
Because the media hasn't been covering that angle. I haven't heard any.
I've seen some articles where.
What did they say?
Shoot, China is willing to support Russia in any efforts. And that's whether it's militarily or financially, whatever Russia needs.
And if that's true, that's got to be scary as fuck, given the rhetoric that we're hearing out of our media. The media is like, establish a no-fly zone in Ukraine. If China is like, we got your back, Russia, man. We know they on that bullshit. So okay, NATO, let's establish a no-fly zone over Ukraine.
But bro,
Russia,
look,
fuck that. Send the fighter pilots. China, like, bet.
Yeah, look, bro, look. They had Putin and Xi, what's his name? Whatever his name is, China's president. Where they was sitting on the same panel on the, whatever, maybe answering questions or whatever, and both of them are both like nonchalant. They both like, look, y'all got me out of bed for this shit, like I don't have no problem with none. Like I would, yes, if y'all go too far, I will drop the bomb on all of y'all motherfuckers. Like they just like so chilled and no unconcerned. Like it was like a picture is worth a million words. You know what I'm saying? Because I think I sent you some of that a couple of days ago, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm on my phone. I can't really go into my phone without getting booted off.
And like I said, I watched so much shit this week. I probably did watch it.
It wasn't it wasn't a video. These were articles. These were.
Yeah, I probably flipped through the article. I can't put links like that when it's on my phone.
I gotta remember to because you said
if you send it
easier from Messenger, right?
Messenger, send it to me through Messenger.
Yeah, I gotta remember that because that's
on my phone. Yeah, I remember, and I had to download the damn app for that shit you were sending me too because I didn't even have that app. Newsbreak.
Yeah.
Which one was you? Because he was like, you got Russia warns United States. We have the might to put you in your place.
Yeah.
Russia warns United States. That's the one you're talking about?
No, there's another one.
Let me look. Mm,
I might not have sent that one to you. I know I sent one. Uh, but because like I said, me and my cousin we used to be chatting about different stuff, and I know I sent it to her, but
Let me read the
man,
comments. Doc says, "Here's a good question. Do you agree with the Electoral College? Do you think that the masses, grouped in large cities, should control the representation and laws for the people that live in the country in smaller towns?" I think there is a good reason for the Electoral College, and I haven't been on that side of getting rid of the Electoral College. I haven't been saying that, but
I
the
think
corruption is the reason why that system isn't working right. Like,
well
remember Hillary Clinton already had more enough pledged delegates. So that's where it goes wrong. If the system wasn't the money flooding into the system, corrupting it. If it was just real people, regular folks, I think it would work the way it's supposed to work. And I agree with the Electoral College. We
well
need that to balance it
and
out.
and I'm with you. I think that the Electoral College is needed to some extent, especially when we don't have there's no real transparency when it comes to the politics. So you get lies and able to spin different things where
And
I think
you don't want direct democracy, because then populism's gonna win. You know what I'm saying? The most popular person or whatever, like the person that's and this guy is usually not gonna be a good guy. You know what I mean? You don't want that. You need checks for that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, there should be some
Because
checks and balances on
because a
that.
guy because a guy could be super popular in California. If you just went without the Electoral College, the nigga probably could win the whole damn presidency just off of the votes in California, and then with nobody else's votes in the whole damn country matter.
No, I don't know about that one, but because I mean, you got to have 171 to 172.
You're talking about the Electoral College. I'm saying if there wasn't one.
You saying okay, just based on just the popularity. That would it be somewhat interesting to see. Like, I mean, as a social experiment, like what would really, how would it really play out? I don't know if California would totally, because I mean, California, New York, yeah, that would determine a lot right there. But I don't really,
Those
I don't know.
the only
I think if the people have the proper information, if they actually have good information, they would do the right thing. But that's the thing, like the media is so confusing, and you don't really, what I'm saying, like you begin to
Yeah, but
trust.
still, Texas, California, and New York will be the only states that would even matter. What Florida? You could probably throw Florida in there. What people voted in North Dakota would matter at all.
True.
What people voted in Michigan matters nothing. You can go 45 states, and all of those states, none of their votes would mean nothing if it wasn't for the Electoral College, because then they would probably only have to campaign in California, Texas, Florida, and New York.
Yeah,
They
they
wouldn't even
wouldn't.
have to go around the country.
Yeah,
Um,
that's highly likely.
Let me read the comments. Doc says 7 cities can carry the presidency without the college. He said 7 cities. And I bet you 5 of them cities are in California. He says states, not cities, and they are all Democratic. Oh, 7 states. Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. But at the same time, I feel like, I mean, it's not too far off. because I mean, you think about, I mean, the rural areas in any of these large states. I mean, you look at California, Texas, New York. Um, let's see, what's another highly populated? Chicago. It's not really so much Detroit and stuff anymore, but I mean, honestly, you get to some big cities in these highly populated states. Yeah, the majority of it is going to be said in those cities. But yeah, when you talk about California, all right, you got LA, you got Sacramento, you got what's the Oakland, like you got some pretty big hitters in California alone. So I can see how California really can make the big difference if it was just a popularity contest. And these days they're mostly what, Democrat, right?
I'm
Democratic cities.
I'm sorry. I'm distracted because I'm over here reading the article. What were you saying? I'm sorry. I'm looking up
No,
this
just
King Ranch.
some of these big cities that's in California, said most of them are Democratic cities to begin with, right?
Most of the cities will be Democratic. That I'm still not getting what you're saying. I'm sorry. My brain. What did you
No,
say?
I said those big cities in California, LA, Oakland, you know, if we say the Bay Area, Sacramento, some of these, you know, the bigger cities in California, most of those are Democratic ran cities, right?
California is democratically ran, so yeah, I'm sure. Yes.
Yeah, that gets scary for me. Because I mean, as much as what Democrat I was growing up, now it's just like the proof in the pudding shows that, you know, their policies are not as foolproof as they sound on TV.
Yeah, the armchair liberals would run everything if there wasn't no electoral college. What I'm gonna do? I'm really looking for something right now, and I can't find it. So, oh, I'll just play this. Let's play a little bit of this. Y'all check it out.
Association continues the effort to resolve the crisis. What are the main challenges for a peaceful resolution? Senior Chinese and U.S. officials recently held hours-long talks discussing bilateral ties and the Russia-Ukraine crisis. So what's China's stance, and what role is it playing in the current situation? And this week's newsmaker, now on Dialogue Weekend.
Welcome to this edition of Dialogue Weekend. I'm Xu Qinduo. The Chinese ambassador to the United States, Qin Gang, said on Tuesday that the assertions that China knew about, acquiesced to, or tacitly supported the launch of war on Ukraine are pure disinformation. And these claims' only purpose is to shift blame to and sling mud at China. So how is China positioning itself towards the conflict? What is the latest in Ukraine right now, and what can we expect from the conversation between President Xi Jinping and his U.S. counterpart Joe Biden on Friday? To discuss these questions and more, I'm glad to be joined by Professor John Gong from the University of International Business and Economics, and Vachli Kashin, Deputy Director of the Center for Comprehensive European and International Studies at the Higher School of Economics in Moscow. We'll start with the situation in Ukraine. Vachli, tell us, you know, there's a talk about this neutrality model after, say, after Finland, after Sweden, or after Austria. But the Ukrainian side has insisted that, you know, there should be like a Ukrainian model with the security guarantees from the West. So how realistic is it, you know, like a neutrality model, but with the security guarantees?
As far as I can understand, it's a realistic prospect. What Russia is interested in is Ukraine never being able to join any military alliance. Russia is interested in clear limitations to Ukrainian military power and in prohibition of any foreign military's deployment in Ukraine. The Ukrainians, on the other side, are clearly interested in multilateral security guarantees from the Security Council members and permanent members of the UN Security Council and other powers. So I believe there is a basis for compromise now. And
My bad. I didn't know there was gonna be some fucking talking heads. I didn't get to watch that video. I just randomly clicked on it. Thought they were gonna be giving China point of view. So those were talking heads. I don't really fuck with talking heads. Let me see.
King Ranch, founded in 1853, stretches across 825,000 acres in deep South Texas. One of the largest and most famous ranches in the world, it is also a haven for wildlife. Ranch heirs like T.O. Clayburgh, great-great-great-grandson of founder Richard King, continue to operate the vast ranch with headquarters on the banks of the Santa Gertrudis near present-day Kingsville.
Kids always have this fantasy about what they want to be when they grow up, and firemen and policemen and all this. Well, I always wanted to be a cowboy.
Growing up working on the ranch, T.O. developed a respect for the land and its wildlife.
So I've had the opportunity to work all the ranches and ridden most of them horseback over the last.
That nigga mustache is ridiculous. I'm looking for this damn history. But this shows how suppressed this kind of stuff is because I know it's here. Anyways, I done put y'all to sleep, huh? I'm trying to find this shit. I cannot fucking find it. It just shows how shit's so fucking pressed. How did they end up with all of that fucking land in Texas? That's what I'm looking for.
You muted me, I think, but so I know some things about King Ranch because they have quite a few oil leases on the on that property. I know that much, so they're super rich. Extremely
Right.
rich.
It's one of the biggest that's what they were saying. But see, there's an ugly history with it because it's like, how did they end up with all that fucking property out here in Texas? Like, and that's what I'm looking for. I can't fucking find it because they got that shit all pressed down. All of a sudden, this motherfucker got all these acres in fucking Texas. The fuck out of here, bro. How did that happen? How, Sway? How? Come on, man. It don't make sense.
But look, the crazy thing too about it is they talking about how many acres it is of Texas, how much of it goes down into Mexico.
I'm telling you, bro. So that's the other part of it. Like, you know, fucking. So did these King Ranch people own it when it was Mexico? How did they somehow?
I doubt it.
And how did they somehow come to own this huge amount of land? This
Because
huge
it's like
expanse.
800 something thousand acres it was.
Yeah, some shit like that. I don't know what the numbers is. This one says convene 8,900.
Huh?
Can you hear me? Incredible South Texas Ranch, the Convenient Ranch. No, the Covenant Ranch. This is not it in Webb County. That's not it. That's something else. But yeah, I don't know how big it is. It's fucking big as fuck. It's a ridiculous amount of land. And how it came about is shady. And I'm trying to find it and I can't find it. So that shows how
I'm sure it's all government ties, but I mean, you got to think about you. There's a lot of I know a lot of immigrants come through there. There's actually
I
a
can't find
whole.
it. I'm gonna give up.
There's like a whole trail for those who could make it over to that section. They can go walk right into the United States with no problems. If you come through King Ranch.
Yeah, right.
I'm,
I think so. I think you're right because the immigrants, like the migrants or whatever, because the ranch is so fucking big.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like a part of it is Mexico, and the other part is Texas, and like the boundaries. I don't know if we're ever truly set there, but you know, as far as fencing it off or whatever, but part of that property is in Mexico. How much, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that is a crossing point right there on that ranch.
Yeah, and that's like close, like, cause it goes into like, trying to think what's the name of that city, that the town, what's the place where the female singer come from, that was big down in South Texas, the Spanish chick, the one got
You talking
killed
about
by her manager.
Oh, Selena.
Selena. Yeah, it's like runs down from that way all the way up. Like, shoot, man, it's a lot. Like it's almost like a whole town on that ranch.
PragerU. Let me play this clip.
Asking a lot of questions about gender and pronouns. Biological males who identify as they, them are permitted to spend the night in cabins with the young girls. Fifth grade girls told them some of the biologically male counselors at Camp Pali in San Bernardino identified as they, them, and spent 3 nights sleeping in cabins with the young girls. They're asleep, they use the shower, go to the restroom. Camp Pali confirms, per California state law, we place staff in cabins they identify with.
You have to think of the doors that are being opened for people to take advantage of them. This is a massive door being opened for people who want to take advantage of them. If I was a man who was a sexual predator, this would be the first place that I would sign up for a job. And this is the problem. This is the problem with, just blind affirmation of things and blind acceptance of things.
This is what you get when you allow lies to fester in your society. You get people sacrificing people's well-being, people's happiness, potentially the rest of someone's life. That 10-year-old girl in that bathroom, her life will never be the same.
Children came home from camp. They were asking a lot of questions.
I think they blow that way out of proportion. That's one of those things that's like people want to be outraged about, but it's like we just showed in the show yesterday, the Disney people, the this is happening on a much bigger scale through big, huge venues with the the movie industry and everything. So like, that is a cop out. That is a cop out to not hold accountable the people who are really on this shit. That's what I say about that. 500 million more for refugees.
Asian migrants at the border during the same.
Man, everybody on FaceTime talking about you like Steve Harvey.
Black people. Isn't it funny how President Biden can put money behind everybody else's cause except for Black people's? He pledged $600 million to help Syrian refugees, $500 million to help out Afghanistan refugees. And let's never forget how he treated the Haitian migrants at the border during the same time in the same year that he's given all these other refugees millions and billions of dollars in aid. Now these migrants are suing the Biden administration for not offering any type of humanitarian aid nor financial. Of course, President Biden has not come out and condemned Ukraine for their treatment of Black people or even said anything about it, while he's giving them $16 billion in aid because he does not care. Oh, and let's certainly not forget the $50 million he gave to Asian Americans to stop Asian hate crime. Now, the saddest part about this is not the fact that Black people literally helped get President Biden into office and he has done absolutely nothing for Black people, because that shouldn't be a shock because we already knew that. And if you didn't know that, that's probably why you should be listening to this video. But the saddest part about this is the fact that Black people donated $41 million to the you have not gotten a penny back. Instead, all you've gotten is symbolic and absolutely meaningless gestures, because I can guarantee you that there's not one Black person on the planet who cares about Harriet Tubman being on $20 bill. Then he puts a Black woman in the Supreme Court, which a lot of y'all were super excited for, but still no movements of talk about reparations. The worst of them all is the fact that the same Joe Biden who created the 1994 crime bill that led to mass incarceration of Black men behind drug use, etc., is literally suggesting giving out crack pipes to reduce harm reduction and drug abuse. But I guess stopping the United States government from intentionally bringing drugs into the Black communities never crossed Joe's mind as an option. But this is who y'all voted for. Black people gave $41 million to this party. $41 million.
$41 million Black people gave to the Democratic Party. $41 million. Doc says Texas and Florida are the only two states in the top 10 that are red states. Yeah. Selena is from Lake Jackson, Texas. Oh. She's not even from Mexico then. Well, everyone says Texas is Mexico anyway. Tejas. You there, Doc? I mean, Pat?
Yeah.
You hear what the lady was saying about Biden? The only pushback I got on her on that is the one about the crack pipes, because that argument again is like, what is it? Portugal criminalize like all drugs, and people stop using drugs. And I think that's what will happen. And that's what, when you stigmatize shit, when you tell kids they can't have something, that's what makes them want it. Let me see. Case sensitive. They don't want to tell me. Let me look it up on YouTube. Yeah, so that's the only pushback I have on her comments, but mostly what she was saying I think is pretty good. What do you think about what she was saying in that video? Portugal legalized drugs. Portugal legalized drugs. Oh, it's Vice. Bloomberg. Can I play Bloomberg? I don't think I could play that either. The National. Let's play this. You there, Pat?
Yeah, man.
It kicked you out?
Yeah.
It be doing that shit sometime.
I know. Usually it kicks me out at least once throughout the show, but you know, I really don't know what to say about that 41 million. Like I think I might have missed some of it because trying to keep myself awake, but
Yeah, the video about Biden.
yeah, but I didn't hear
And
the.
she was saying all the money. She said, "Look at all the money they just gave to Ukraine." And then he said he approved even some more money to Ukraine. She said, "Look how they did it to Ukraine. The Haitian migrants." She said, "Look how much money they gave to the Afghanistan."
Yeah.
I mean, and then he said the Chinese activists. And she was like, how they did nothing for black folks. She said $42 billion. Black folks basically put him in office, gave him $42 billion, and they ain't did shit for black people. But talk about putting a black woman on the dollar bill, on the $20 bill. Electing a black Supreme Court justice. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And all these cosmetic ass fucking bullshit.
Yeah, because I mean that's the main thing. Anybody else, an immigrant, or if you are of a lighter color, skin color, yeah, I mean the world is available to you, but they're definitely like I mean the average person should be able to see this whole dynamic of you know, holding out on giving black people anything other than stuff that they can't. Like, if we can't build with it, we can have it. But if it's, you know, actual money where we can grow ourselves or, build an infrastructure, you know, for ourselves, they're totally against it. They're not
Yeah.
gonna do it. They don't want to be a part of that kind of change.
Because that's that acknowledging that they did something wrong and that it needs to be repaired, like it needs to be atoned for. But acknowledging that I did something wrong is not some shit that the United States be on. That's not the kind of shit they like to be on. They don't be on that kind of shit. And I think that's what's wrong with us. We need to look at ourselves. We need some self accountability, some personal accountability, and start acknowledging the truth about ourselves and our own behavior. Trying to look at it like Michael Jackson said it, right? If if you want to make a change, take a look in the mirror and make a change. Na 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 na.
Yeah, man. I think we need more involvement from the people, and of course, you know, the the masses, the largest population of America needs to speak up and you know help push for stuff like that because being a minority in two different ways makes it even harder for that type of thing for anything to be done in a significant manner. So,
Yeah, I'm tired too, bro. I'm probably gonna wrap it early. I gotta work in the morning and I'm training. I want to play the game for a little while before I go to sleep.
yeah, man, I ain't lie. I'm tired as hell.
Yeah, I see. I'm putting you to sleep. I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna play a little bit of this video about. And you can stay if you want to, but I want to play a little bit of this video about the success of Portugal legalizing drugs. Because over here in the States, we got the war on drugs, and you look how that is going. I saw a meme where they said the war on drugs, you're talking about we lost. I can't remember how they said it. It was so fucking funny, bro. Like, because they've been doing the war on drugs since '80s. It's like they lost that war, bro. They didn't win that war. I can't remember how the meme went, but it was so funny. Yeah, they definitely lost that. War on drugs. Playoffs. Anyways, I want to play a bit of this right here.
Some of Portugal's most damaged.
Existem duas equipas e vão ter que trabalhar como equipa.
In Lisbon, some of Portugal's most damaged, dependent people are trying to put their lives back together,
Deixem a corda e vire.
one step at a time.
E agora é que corre, apanha a corda e salta.
This is a physiotherapy class for heroin and cocaine users, where they relearn basic skills, like skipping, as part of their rehabilitation.
Agora tente lá passar assim só por cima de si, a corda. Primeiro só por cima de si. Não vai nada, vai conseguir pelo menos uma vez.
And statistically, there's a far greater chance they'll recover here than almost any other place in the world. That's because in Portugal, drug addiction rarely kills anyone.
Não, ele ganhou, é verdade.
People arrive here and they are wounded.
Psychologist Sandra Simões oversees programs at the Typus Rehab Clinic, programs that help people rediscover joy in small things and learn to love their bodies again.
We deal with them in a new way. We build new relationships with them, and that is very important.
In all of Portugal, fewer than 30 people a year now die from drug overdoses. In British Columbia alone, hundreds die every year, and the province has struggled for decades to save lives. In 2016, after the lethal opioid fentanyl turned up, there were more than 900 deaths, creating a public health emergency and a new urgency for solutions. Arguably, no place in the world has had as much success dealing with addictions and overdoses as Portugal. Its system emphasizes harm reduction, treatment, and rehabilitation. And at the center of it is the idea that drug use is a health problem, not a crime. All drugs here, from marijuana to heroin, have been decriminalized. Drug traffickers are still hunted down and prosecuted, but if you're caught using, you won't be sent to jail or get a criminal record or even end up in the justice system. Instead, you might have to appear before Nuno Capes.
Bruno, pode sentar aqui deste lado, por favor. Ora, 2,53 gramas de haxixe, certo?
He heads up what's known as Lisbon's Dissuasion Commission. We were allowed to sit in on one of its sessions. There are no suit or ties here, no gavels or gowns, just a sociologist in a sweater. This isn't a court, and Capes says he's not a judge.
When I wake up in the morning and come back to work, I'm not thinking on how many fines I'm going to apply or how many people I'm going to threaten to make them stop using any illicit substances. So it's fairly easy for us to focus on health issues and what help we can provide people in terms of those issues.
Portugal's Dissuasion Commission is essentially a form of state-mandated early intervention.
Bruno, vou ter que lhe retirar umas perguntinhas, só que a Margarida já lhe está...
On our visit, Capes had a meeting with a young man named Bruno, who'd been caught with some hashish.
Nesta altura, quando foi apanhado, com que regularidade é que estava? Fumava cerca de 4 ganzas por dia, regularmente.
The punishment for him was simply a warning, along with an offer of information about treatment programs. Capes estimates 1 in 10 people who appear here have a serious drug problem, and for them, this visit can be the first step in getting treatment.
I think what we found out in Portugal after 15 years is that using any sort of stick or any sort of threat doesn't work. If you increase the penalties for drug users, there's the usage decrease. It doesn't.
The Portuguese learned that lesson in the late 1990s when enforcement was practiced as the main solution to a horrible drug crisis. The country of 10 million people had up to 100,000 addicts. That's an astounding 1% of the population that was hooked on hard drugs.
Around 400 overdoses deaths every year.
Desperate for change, the government turned to addictions treatment specialist Dr. Joao Golau.
You could see a huge devastation in people. You could see people walking down like zombies.
Golau's at the time revolutionary recommendation was to remove criminal penalties for using drugs. Portugal still doesn't sanction the sale of drugs, that's illegal, but users are not treated as criminals.
It's very important because it introduced coherence in all the system. Okay, if it stands in the idea that we are dealing with a disease like the others, with the same dignity.
Within a decade, the number of addicts in Portugal was cut in half. 90% of public money spent fighting drugs now goes towards treatment and prevention. Just 10% is spent on policing. In Canada, the most recent studies show the reverse, spending close to 70% on enforcement.
So those are like, to me, the absolute no-brainers. And
Don McPherson of Simon Fraser University's Canadian Drug Policy Coalition is one of Vancouver's best-known harm reduction advocates, and he's just back from his own survey of how Portugal practices treatment.
the profound thing about the decriminalization piece is that they sent a strong message to everybody, the public. It's politically supported that this is first and foremost a health and social issue. So it changed the way police deal with the situation. They go after traffickers. They didn't legalize trafficking. So that would help in Canada.
In Vancouver, lethal drugs like fentanyl and the 100 times more powerful carfentanil have contaminated the supply of heroin, sending the death toll soaring. So far, Portugal has been spared that. But McPherson says should those drugs turn up, the outreach and harm reduction already happening should put the Portuguese in a better position to cope. The cornerstone of Portugal's treatment and rehab model is now outreach and engagement.
We distribute to people that used to smoke.
We connected with a team as they made their daily rounds in a derelict former industrial area in East Lisbon.
Anyways, y'all get the point. The point is, it's a health issue. So when you treat it as a health issue and social health and social issue, you're going to have way more success than by criminalizing people who have, they have an issue that needs to be dealt with, like a health issue. So these are always good. This is that channel I was talking about yesterday, Murph's Life.
I still just see you and me, so.
Oh shit, you can't see it. My bad. Thank you for telling me. I fucking God, I gotta get better at that shit. My earphones plays and I can't see this home screen.
Que le hacía yo no los podía abandonar, dejarlos morir de hambre.
What about the video before when I was talking about legalizing drugs and shit? And how successful Portugal it was with it? What do you think about that?
Like I said, I was kind of in and out. I don't really have all the information. But
Basically, they decriminalized it, so which they go after traffickers,
But addicts are treated totally different. They go into like a healthcare program type stuff, and they don't get no criminal record, and the cops deal with them totally different. God damn, that's them fucking wins that you was talking about, bruh. Oh, that's scary as fuck. Did you see this video? I'ma start it over.
Lion is the king of the jungle.
Watch the video. The wind's gonna blow over the tank, the container. Container falls off. Boom. It looks like it landed on the cop car. Ah, that's fucked up. Can you see that shit, Pat? I'm gonna start it over one more time.
Lion is the king of the jungle.
Check it out. Truck, wind is blowing. The whole damn look, the whole container came off the truck. Did you see that? Looked like it rolled right off the damn freeway. It says dramatic video shows the moment police cruiser was smashed when a truck container fell off in high winds on a bridge in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina on March 12th. The officer was inside the cruiser when it was crushed, but he was not injured. Damn. He made it through that shit? Cool. Woo. Yeah, that's dangerous. Yeah, I'm about to wrap it, y'all. I gotta work in the morning anyways. It's 3:30, and I need time to wind down after doing the show.
Yeah, man, it's way past my bedtime, bro. I done kind of nap. I done napped here and there, but I need to go and give me some full fledged so I can handle it tomorrow.
All right, man. Peace and love, man. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, man. Send me some video. Send me some videos this week. I'll
try not to overload you.
Yeah, well, just send me what you got, and I don't know. I mean, I guess if we can hit it all, we do, but
Because sometimes I hate it when we talk off camera, because then we be talking about conversations, and then I don't be knowing what we talked about off camera and what we didn't talk about on camera and shit about certain subjects. That should be fucking my head up sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I guess I kind of like it to try, I guess kind of get.
We could talk. I'm not saying we can't talk. I'm just saying my brain is hard for me to know. And then sometimes it really sucks because I think some of the best conversations we be having be off camera. I'm like, wish I could have recorded it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think what I'm gonna do is let's do like a special daytime show or something one of these days. Maybe next week.
I actually thought about that too. That during the middle of the week in the daytime, like shoot. Yeah, we can go live, do something, you know what I'm saying? So
when would you have time next week? Like before our normal time. Like on, I don't know, whenever.
I don't know. That part changes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to really just say, but if we have a good time, like we just decide whatever time I can pull over, park. I mean, I can halfway do it while I'm driving I prefer to do it sitting still because I can at least like be able to check out some of these videos on, or unless I have them already and
we already talked about them. But shit, I could read some articles to you while you driving though. And we could just talk about it.
I'm down.
We'll figure something out, like a special show, some kind of special show. It'll be a different show, so we'll call it something different, like a daytime deal. Maybe do one once a week, maybe, and keep them short too. We'll just do them like hour.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, that'll be good. It'll give us a little more content because I'm attacking the algorithm with all the content. That's why I'm doing it like this. It's my way to splash the algorithm.
And then it just kind of pop up at different time. Might set it off too.
Right. That's why I'm kind of curious. So that's the real reason why I want to do it, because I look at my analytics all the time. So I would love to see the data that will come out of it, and then because that'll tell me some stuff.
Because you got to think about like some of the hot places where they watch us.
Their time zones are different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's daytime for them.
Yeah. So that's probably why it works. That's probably why we got people watching us in India, Indonesia, and shit like that because of the time we come on. So, but that's what I'm curious. So that's why I want to do one in a day, and just to see. I really want to look at that's the real reason why I want to do it, so I can see what the analytics are going to tell me.
Yeah.
All right, man. Peace and love. Thank y'all for joining. I'm gonna wrap it.
For sure, man. Well,
Get
I'm
you some rest, and we'll talk next week. I'll try not to send you too much stuff. I'll be more selective.
Well, it doesn't really matter, I guess, if we know what direction we're gonna go in. I mean, because I'm watching a bunch of different stuff too. Like, I mean, so yeah.
It's hard to know the direction, and I kind of like it to be free a bit, but I do have a theme usually for the week. This week I didn't do a good job with it, but usually I have a theme for the week, and that's why I've been like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's when I be coming up with the theme for the week, and all the videos that I send you are the stuff that I want to cover for the whole week for the 4 shows. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, it's hard to, we didn't even cover a portion of that shit, of all the shit I sent you this time. So that's why I need to lower the amount, definitely.
Well, we'll work it out, man.
Yeah, it keeps getting better. All right, man. Get you some rest, bro.
For sure, man. I'll holler.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, peace.
Yeah, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for liking, sharing, and telling your friends. King Chuck and NT Do DEUX. That's gonna be the channel that I'm gonna be promoting for a while, because that other page they're trying to delete. So I'm gonna be over here in Safe Zone for a while, and I'll put clips on that page. So, but we're still broadcasting to Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and Rumble. We're on YouTube under the King Chuck ENT Do page, but even though nobody knows it's there. But hey, peace and love. Thank y'all for joining. I think I'm gonna play a track. I'm gonna play a track on the way out, y'all. Tell your friends. It's not just talent.
That's what y'all ought to do.
Gotta know what the fuck you doing.
Shawty come and jump in my ride.
That's what y'all ought to do.
When the sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I wanna give you some time. You better follow through. Don't play and shine, show me your grind. That's what y'all ought to do.
I will hit any chick who likes sodomy, sex on stilts. While a big top watching me, I eat fish like a culinary apology. I leave you like an open heart. I just can't quit. Feel like it's a part of me, my wrist on lit. Time to join the party, we check the list quick. Who got the bottle? See a poker face chip. I know she gonna swallow me, bite my lip. While I'm watching people watching me, that's not it. Won't you climb right on top of me? My mind's so sick. It's a function of my bodily. My mind's so sick. It's a function of my bodily. I feel it, you feel it. She say I'm feeling it inside of me. I dig it, you dig it. We digging all over your bodily. Come get it, I'm with it. I'm gon' get it on the bottom. Come get it, I'm with it. I'm gon' get it on the bottom.
Shawty come and jump on my ride. That's what you ought to do. Plan the sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I wanna give you some time. You better follow through. Stop playing side and show me your grind. That's what you ought to do. I done heard, I done thought, now I wonder and wanna see. You said you really are the king of the jungle, but can it be? Now you really gotta work and be holding the head of me. Cause if you don't know how to stroke, it could cause a catastrophe. I'm a soldier, so I seek and destroy you so naturally. Put some scratches on your back and then ask what the matter be. Demonstrations why the dudes and the women be after me. Leaving weak and desperate, crying to see me on bad knees. They saying where she go? Daylight, flashlight, put me on extra glow. I tried to tell you though, platinum sunshine's about to blow. Shawty come and jump in my ride. That's what you ought to do. The platinum sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I want to give you some time. You better follow through. Stop playing shy, show me your grind. That's what you ought to do. Shawty come and jump in my ride. That's what you ought to do. Platinum sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I want to give you some time. You better follow through. Stop playing shy, show me your grind. That's what you ought to do.
You want it, so come on, we gonna follow me. We light fires like Hanukkah, marijuana by the tree, like a harmonica. I lick it with no teeth. I like when it's lost and getting salty like the sea. Gotta slide it off and make sure it's softening for me. Reach the top of the mountain and have you sounding out your teeth. It sound like it's coughing and talking, saying more please. I'm sticking and stabbing it. Jason for a heat, roll it on over and go get on the floor, please. Some you born in October, long as you over 18. Going to prison for pussy, just something that I can't see. Old bitch and she ready, and she can munch a dick mean. Gon' hop in my Chevy, we bout to hit the scene, man. The spot is so heavy. Hopping I seen, man. I'm fresh and so ready. Popping like team, man. I'm fresh and so ready. Popping like team.
Shawty come and jump in my ride. That's what you ought to do. The platinum sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I wanna give you some time. You better follow through. Stop playing shy and show me your grind. That's what you ought to do. Shawty come and jump in my ride. That's what you ought to do. The platinum sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I wanna give you some time. You better follow through. Stop playing shy and show me your